Now, students, today I am going to start Gulliver's Travels, written by Jonathan Swift. Now, let's begin. Dr. F.R. Lewis says that Swift is a great writer by the force of his genius. Gulliver's Travels is a very famous and popular both among children and adults. It is both delightful and satirical. In this book, Swift describes 4 new countries which he has seen and traveled. Thus, this book has 4 parts or divisions. Each part is about one country. Outwardly, Gulliver's Travel appears to us to be a pleasant story about 4 strange countries. Inwardly, it is a book of biting satire on the vices, evils, littleness, and hard-hearted nature of man. The real intention of the writer is to correct and instruct mankind. At times, Swift brings a very dark and low picture of human beings. He is sometimes called a misanthropist. The meaning of misanthropist is hater of mankind. But this is not a fact. He has simply a realistic account of the fallen nature and activities of man. His real aim is to embitter the man of his country and the world. T.S. Eliot says that an artist should not express his emotion directly. He should do so indirectly. Gulliver's Travels is also to be called an allegory or a fable. An allegory or a fable is some kind of a story in which the writer points out some inner meanings and work to give some moral lesson or instruction. In Gulliver's Travels, the corrosive satire or irony on the evils of man is not direct but through some story or fable. The central character of this book is Gulliver, whose ideas and feelings are in reality of Swift himself. Gulliver's first journey is to the land of Lilliputians. This has been described in the first part of the book. This part is more delightful and entertaining than ironical or satirical. We feel delighted to see Gulliver among Lilliputians, as Lilliputians are only 2 inches in length and breadth. All thing of the land called Lilliput and very small or tiny. The king and the queen of the country are of same size. Among Lilliputians, Gulliver looks like a giant. Gulliver is an object of curiosity for all the Lilliputians, including the king and the queen. T.S. Eliot takes the element of delight in a work of art to be very important. This element of delight is very much present in Gulliver's Travels. Once Gulliver extinguished a fire in the apartment of the queen by urinating on it, as sufficient water was not available. Though the Lilliputians were so small, yet they had all the evils and vices of the normal human world. In a way, the ill practices and corruptions of our world have been parodied and lashed through the pictures of Lilliputians to the government, and the court of Lilliputians have been presented to be as corrupt as those of our world. Rope dancing in the court of the Lilliputian king was practiced by those persons who were candidates for high post. Rope dancing is an allegory or symbol for flattery. Persons who flattered the king most were given big posts. This kind of ill practices or corruption prevails in the modern time. Today, even a meritorious man is not usually given a big post. Today, even a meritorious man is not usually given a big post unless and until he bribes or flatters the higher authority. Now, students, I shall continue the remaining part of the story in the next video. Now, till then, bye.